All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are now looking ahead at week 14 of this marathon buildup. Yeah, week 14. That means we got this week, we got next week, and then we got race week. So that is coming up very quickly. But the good thing is, here where we're at, this is going to be kind of the start of a longer taper. Usually, for most things, usually have about a 2 week taper, just the way everything's kind of playing out. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a taper this week and then really kind of start dropping off the following 2 weeks. But with where everything's at, I think this is kind of what my body needs. Again, my body reacts well to a lot of higher intensity stuff, not as much to the volume. And so I think this will play to my strengths and my physiology. Is this going to work for everybody? No. But I think that, again, knowing my body, knowing how it reacts to different types of training, I think this is going to be a good thing for where I'm at. So, yeah, last week was my highest mileage week of the buildup. This week we're going to start kind of tapering it down just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And like I said, the next 2 weeks as we head into race week will really kind of be the drop-offs at that point. So which means that going from 70 last week down to 60, kind of kick down to 50, and then just a couple of easy runs that last week. The one thing you'll notice is the intensity for the one workout that I got this week is going to bump up just a little bit, but at the same time, volume of that workout is going to drop down from what we've typically done in the past on that workout. So let's pull up the training for the week, and let's kind of run through it and see what we got going on. So Monday, we're going to do an easy run, just kind of get something in the legs, and then some strides. You're going to notice a lot of strides are going to be popping up these last couple weeks, more so than we've been doing. Again, they're easy at the end of a run to get some of that neuromuscular facilitation going on, getting that efficiency up. Doesn't put a huge stress on the body, but it kind of gets that neurological system firing a little bit and makes us a little bit more efficient in the long run. So super easy way to just kind of add on at the end of a lot of this stuff. So yeah, Monday, easy run, strides. The cool thing is, I was kind of doing the math, because we have such a long run on Saturday, to hit 60, it's not taking a lot of mileage each of the individual days. So a lot of these runs are going to be in that like 6 to 7 mile range. I got one 10-miler scheduled for later in the week, but that's it. And that's including Tuesday, where I'm going to do some cross training. I'm not even going to run that day, and I'm still going to hit that volume. So it's, with that long run being as long as it is, it makes hitting mileage a lot easier. Okay, yeah, Tuesday, we're going to do some cross training. I'm going to go do a little bike ride. Just kind of get the legs shaken out, keep moving, but take a little bit of the bigger stressors off the body and whatnot. So that'll be nice. Hopefully I'll come into Wednesday fully recovered, feeling really good. That's the one big workout of the week, and that's going to be some 1K repeats. We've done this workout a couple times already in this build-up. If you'll notice, the volume is about 20% less than what it typically has been. We were doing 6 of these. We'll drop down to 5 of them. These are going to be about 5K race pace effort, or kind of that VO2 max velocity. And again, it's a little bit higher intensity, but we're lower in volume, and I think that it's going to be a good workout. I'm excited for that one. And then we'll have 2 aerobic run days. One a little bit longer, one a little bit shorter. Get some strides in there probably at some point on one of those 2 days. And then Saturday is the last big run of the build up. This is gonna be our longest run of the whole thing distance wise. Last week was gonna be our longest for time wise, because last week was just in the park, a lot of elevation, super slow, just out there for time. This one we're gonna be out there for distance, and we're really not like hammering this run at all. It is just out there running, but because we're on the roads, it's going to be the difference of last week at 9-ish plus minute per mile. This week will be closer to like 7:30, per minute mile. And so we'll definitely be a little bit longer distance wise because of that discrepancy in pace. And realize too that you hear that 7:30 and some of you guys are going to think like, oh man, that's still pretty quick. If you think about it, that's still about a minute slower than what I'm planning to run on race day. So still very easy, very controlled, very within myself. Hopefully that's not going to be a big piece that's going to, take a lot out of me. But just kind of getting out there and again, working on fueling, working on just kind of that repetition and being out there for that amount of time. Kind of funny thing that from last week that I was really thinking about on the run, I'm like, man, we've been out here forever. But then like the physiologist in me was kind of going through my head and I'm like, okay, this sucks that we're out here for this long because it's just taken 3 hours, out of my day. But I started going through, I'm like, okay, well, what are the benefits of the long run? I was like, well, I'm making more mitochondria. Okay, mitochondrial density is going up. So I've got more organelles within the cells to make energy. Okay, so I'm making more energy there. Increasing capillary density. Okay, all my blood vessels, the parts of the blood vessels that actually get the stuff to the cells, the capillaries, that density is going up. There's more of those being built from this from this stressor and through that adaptation. So more mitochondria, more capillaries, more capillary density. We're increasing the strength of my tendons and ligaments through this repeated stress over time. We're increasing the strength of my bones through this repeated stress. And I was kind of just going through and I'm like, okay, we're getting a lot of benefits out of this. Okay, this is taking forever, but we're getting a lot of stuff out of it too. So those are just some of the things that my brain goes to when I'm out there and have nothing else to think about for 3 hours. And then Sunday will be just another easy run. And so that's it. This is a pretty straightforward week. This is the last big long run. Next week we're going to drop that down to like 12. And then race week, the week after that, same thing. Volume is going to start kind of kicking itself down a little bit. We'll kick intensity up just a little bit, just a smidge, to kind of keep us fresh and going through. Because sometimes one thing that a lot of people don't realize is they're like, oh yeah, taper, that means just everything, you rest, right? But I think a lot of people don't realize that if you just completely rest, a lot of times that leads to feeling stale and heavy and your body just being like, oh, we're in rest mode, cool, we're ready to rest. Not, okay, we feel ready to go and we feel fresh and ready to race, right? So you want to kind of bring the total volume down. You want to kind of have the total workload on your body reduced, but at the same time uptick the intensity just a little bit, and that kind of helps freshen up the legs and make you feel better and ready to go. Okay, so that's what you'll kind of see of these last 3 weeks here. So, all right, hopefully that was a nice little insight into the week, why we're doing things, why we're doing what we're doing. If you guys have any questions, comments, put them down in the comments. Other than that, happy running.